Have you once dreamed of strength beyond compare, a soul that holds the stars in blackest night, where light divine and shadowed whispers share, one heart, one breath, beneath the moon's soft light? Tonight we turn to him, the quiet one, as slumber winds its arms around his frame. The Sentry, still, the once he rivaled suns, now lies in peace, untouched by fear or fame. His golden fingers twitch with sleeping power, while darkness hums beneath his steady breath. No battles now, no crisis in this hour, just hush and dreams that drift away from death. And as he floats through starlight, sacred rest, so too may we prepare to leave the day. Let go the weight that presses on your chest. Come walk with me and breathe the thoughts away. Begin with toes, now gently clench them tight, then let them go and feel the soft release. Your calves come next, just hold them with your might, then breathe them loose and settle into peace. Your thighs, your hips, now tense, then let them fall, like leaves that drift from branches to the earth. Your stomach now, draw in, then free it all, and feel the warmth that grows from grounded warmth. Now lift your shoulders high, then let them go, as if the weight of days just slips away. Your arms and hands should follow, soft and slow. No need to fight, just let them drift and stay. And last, your jaw. Unclench it, part your lips. Your brow, release the furrow in its line. The heaviness now settles in your hips, as breath and mind and soul begin to twine. Now close your eyes. The void no longer calls. Just stardust hums behind your resting face. The Sentry sleeps, and with him silence falls. A night of peace, of dreams, of calm and grace. The sun sets low on buildings tall and gray, as Robert stands and watches from his room. The daylight fades with each departing ray, while shadows stretch like fingers through the gloom. His fingers press against the window pane, so cool against his warm and human skin. The power there, though quiet, does remain, like lightning sleeping, waiting deep within. He hears the sound that fill the evening air, the honk of cars, the hum of lives below, the voices drifting up from everywhere, as people hurry home with steps so slow. The last few beams of sunlight find their way through dust that hangs suspended in his room, each particle now shining golden gray, like tiny stars adrift in gentle gloom. His shoulders feel the weight of simple toil, the papers signed, the meetings he attended. At Reynolds Pharmaceuticals, his role seems strange when next to powers so splendid. He turns away, his footsteps soft but clear, on floorboards that complain beneath the rug. The sound of wood that creaks when he is near reminds him of his human form so snug. His body feels both heavy and so light, containing worlds of strength and simple frame. To all who see, he seems a common sight, though cosmic power burns within him like flame. He pauses now and feels the gentle flow of Sentry's gift, awake but resting still. The golden essence starts to warm and glow, a honey sweetness that his veins now fill. Behind his eyes, a pressure soft remains, a painful but a constant, gentle weight. like sunlight pressing through the window rains, reminding him of power innate. The night grows deep, the darkness thicker now, as Robert moves toward his waiting bed. The golden power follows him somehow, a shadow made of light around his head. The air feels thicker as he makes his way through rooms that know his footsteps and his touch. The ordinary space where he must stay, were not the hero that the world needs much. His fingers brush against the wall-papered hall, each texture felt through heightened senses now. The patterns there, so faded, dim and small, seem brighter as his powers slowly bow. The curtains in his room move slightly there, from breath of air conditioners that hum. He watches as they dance with graceful care, while night outside grows quiet, dark and numb. His breathing slowly matches with the light. Inhale, exhale, a rhythm soft and deep. The Sentry's golden tones of warming light prepare him for the coming hours of sleep. What strangeness fills this moment, calm and still, to hold such might in muscles, bones, and blood, a power that could bend the cosmos' will, not quiet as a stream in gentle flood. The Sentry's golden light, when at its rest, feels warm and thick like honey in his veins, a heat that spreads throughout his human chest, reliving all his worldly aches and pains. The mirror on his dresser catches light, reflecting back the gold that tints his eyes, those ordinary eyes now burning bright with cosmic fire from distant ancient skies. He feels the shift of muscles neath his skin, so simple motions hiding godlike might, the power held in check by will within, like keeping suns from burning in the night. His bedroom waits with shadows soft and deep, the corners where the golden light can't reach, a simple space prepared for human sleep, though sleep for him is never simple each. The carpet fibers bend beneath his feet, each step now matched with heartbeats calm and slow. His body temperature, a gentle heat, makes shadows warm wherever he may go. The night sky through his window deepens now. The stars appear like watchers from afar. They twinkle as if making solemn vow to guard his sleep through night's eternal bar. His desk still holds the papers from his work, those numbers, charts, and figures incomplete, reminders of where Robert Reynolds lurks when Sentry's duties find their brief retreat. The burden of such knowledge, strange to bear, that hands that signed those forms could crack the moon, that eyes reviewing data with such care could see through time and space with powers hewn. His bedroom doorway frames the path ahead, a portal to the hours of coming rest. The weight of golden light still warmly spread throughout his form, from forehead down to chest. He moves with purpose toward this quiet space, this sanctuary from both worlds he knows. The shadow of his power keeps its pace, a golden glow that follows where he glows. The night embraces him with cool caress, as stars look down from heaven's distant shore. His godlike strength now settles, weighing less, as Robert Reynolds seeks his bed once more. His nightly rituals, methodic and slow, begin with careful steps toward the sink. The bathroom light, a soft and gentle glow, illuminates the space where he can think. A toothbrush waits, a simple plastic thing, so ordinary in his mighty hand. The paste he squeezes while his powers sing, a quiet song that few could understand. He brushes slowly, circles even, round. Each tooth receives attention, care, and time. The minutes pass with just the gentle sound, as comic strength conforms to human rhyme. The mirror shows a face so plain and clear, no hint of golden light that burns within. The eyes look tired, ordinary, dear, no sign of godlike power 'neath his skin. What strangest dells behind that simple face? What worlds of might concealed in human form? The mirror cannot show the inner space where Sentry strength and void's dark shadows swarm. He rinses twice, then wipes his mouth with care, each motion measured, calm and purposeful. The water spirals down, a swirling snare, while thoughts inside his mind grow purposeful. His watch comes next, unbuckled from his wrist, the metal clasp released with a gentle click. As time's small anchor leaves his pulse unkissed, he feels the cosmic currents grow more thick. The golden band that circles fingers slim, his wedding ring, now placed with gentle care upon the counter's edge, so neat and trim, another tether to the world laid bare. With each removal of these earthly things, he feels the subtle shift of energies. The Sentry stirs as Robert slowly brings himself toward the night's soft mercies. His clothes, the ones that marked his workday world, now folded neatly, placed on nearby chair. The fabric that his human form had furled now waits till morning light and daytime air. Pajamas wait, their cotton soft and worn, the fibers smooth from years of gentle use. He slips them on, each movement calm, untorn by rush or hurry's needless, harsh abuse. The buttons fastened one by one with care, each finger working with precision fine. Though hands that could reshape the earth and air now manage simple tasks with skills benign. The cotton touch against his warming skin reminds him of his fragile human state, a pleasant contrast to the force within, that cosmic power, endless and innate. His footsteps lead him to the waiting bed, the mattress waiting with its promised sweet. He sits upon its edge, his weight now spread, the frame beneath him giving soft retreat. A creak escapes the wood supports below, so strange to think what weight they truly bear. A man who could lift mountains, high and low, now resting on this simple furniture square. His hands arrange the pillows with such care, each one aligned with purposeful intent. A nest he builds with patient, gentle flair, for head that holds both peace and torment. One pillow folded, propped against the board, another flat to cradle weary thoughts. How peculiar that such care is stored for comfort of a mind with power fraught. This head that harbors endless golden light, in darkest void of emptiness and gold, now seeks the soft embrace of velvet night, a simple comfort for a being too old. His legs now slide beneath the waiting sheets, though coolness welcome on his warming skin. The fabric's touch his senses commonly greets, distracting from the power deep within. The texture of the threads against his calves, the weight of blankets settling on his chest, bring focus to his body's outer halves, instead of cosmic force that knows no rest. As Robert settles deeper in his bed, the boundaries between his selves grow thin. The line that separates his golden head from Sentry's now blurs and fades within. His skin begins to warm with gentle heat, as if the morning sun now bathes his form. Through night reigns dark outside his sweet retreat, an inner day starts to slowly form. His arm and chest now tingle with the glow that spreads like honey through his quiet frame, the golden essence moving soft and slow, reminding him of Sentry's other name. His breathing changes rhythm, deep and long, each inhale slower than the one before. His lungs expand in time to silent song, as Sentry's presence grows a little more. Each exhale carries tensions far away, the strains of Reynolds' life now drifting free. The worries of his work, the common day, now fading like the tide into the sea. With every breath drawn deep into his chest, The golden presence strengthens, warm and bright, not blazing yet, but glowing without rest, a comfortable presence in the night. His muscles loosen, heavy on the bed, while lightness fills his thoughts with gentle ease. The contradiction seeps from toe to head, his body caught between two realities. The room around him seems to softly shift, as Sentry's perceptions blend with his. The shadows in the corners slightly lift, illuminated by that golden fizz. His fingertips now pulse with gentle warmth, each heartbeat sending waves of heat and light. The golden essence taking human form, preparing for the journey through the night. Yet Robert still remains, not lost complete, his human heart still beating in his chest. The Sentry's presence, while it grows more sweet, shares space with him in this approaching rest. His eyelids, heavy now, begin to close, the outer world receding from his sight, as Robert and Sentry interpose, preparing for the dreaming hours of night. Consciousness now loosens like a tide, retracting slowly from the shores of thought. The Sentry's presence, no more forced to hide, expands throughout the space that sleep has brought. His fingertips begin to gently glow. A warming tingle spreads throughout each hand, as if he holds them near a candle's flow. It feels no burn, just warmth so soft and bland. The sensation reminds him of the days when sunlight warmed his skin on summer eves. But this warmth comes from inside, as it plays across his palms with touch that never deceives. Behind his eyelids, shut against the night, new patterns form in gentle golden cream. Like sunbeams dancing through the leaves, the light creates a calling pattern in his dream. The shapes begin as simple spots of gold, then stretch to lines that curve and intertwine. They pulse in time with heartbeats soft yet bold, transforming thoughts to something near divine. The mattress still supports his resting form, yet Robert feels a strange and pleasant shift. His weight seems less, as if the golden storm within provides a gentle, buoyant lift. Perhaps an inch above the sheets he floats, and high enough to notice with his eyes. But in his mind, he drifts like golden boats up on a current flowing towards the skies. A sweetness gathers at the back of the throat, a flavor with no earthly source or name. Like honey mixed with sunlight set afloat, the taste of power resting, not aflame. He doesn't swallow, yet the taste remains, a constant presence on his resting tongue. It fills his mouth and travels through his veins, a nectar from which gods themselves have sprung. His heart beats slower now, with space between each steady thump that marks the passing time. Yet every pulse resonates, unseen, throughout his form in waves of gold sublime. From center outward to his fingertips, each heartbeat sends a ripple warm and bright. The energy expands, then gently dips, before the next pulse brings another light. His toes now tingle with its gentle heat, his ankles warm as blood and light combine. His calves experience this golden treat as warmth climbs upward like a climbing vine. Outside his window, traffic sounds still flow, the hum of distant voices, horns and wheels. But to his ears, these sounds now dim or glow, replaced by what his inner sense reveals. The humming starts so soft he barely hears, a vibration more than actual sound. It comes from cells within, not from his ears, as cosmic energy begins to bound. Each cell contains a tiny star of gold, its light contained but humming with its might. Billions together form a wealth untold, a universe of power warm and bright. The sound resembles bees on summer days, but gentler, sweeter, more melodious. It fills his mind and body as he lays, a symphony both strange and glorious. Within his thoughts, the Sentry's essence flows in threads of living gold, both thick and thin. They weave between his memories and rows, like ribbons catching light. They dance within. Some strands are delicate as spider silk, yet strong enough to bind a galaxy, while others seem as thick as creamy milk, all flowing with a grace that sets them free. They twist and curve through every hidden space, illuminating corners long forgot. Each golden thread moves with unhurried pace, connecting every memory and thought. When two threads meet, they spark with gentle fire, creating newer paths of molten light. They build complex designs that never tire, a weaving pattern through the falling night. The golden light now pools in empty space, the hollow chambers of his resting form. His lungs fill up with each inhaling grace, not just with air, but with light, both bright and warm. With every breath, his lungs expand and glow, like lanterns lift from inside, soft and clear. The light then travels where the blood must flow, to heart and limbs, both away and near. His stomach, once so empty, now feels full, not with the weight of food, but gentle lights. It pools and swirls with motion beautiful, a golden lake within the falling night. The chambers of his heart, both great and small, now serve as reservoirs for cosmic might. With every beat, they send throughout his all the golden essence, ne'er too dim or bright. His veins now trace their path in threads of fire, not burning hot, but warming as they go. They carry this strange light that doesn't tire to every part of him, both high and low. The warmth fills all the space beneath his skin, not pressing outward, simply dwelling there. It makes him feel both light and whole within, as if the sun itself had taken care to wrap him in its gentle golden arms and hold him safe throughout the coming night, protected from the world and all its harms, surrounded by this warm celestial light. The Sentry's power, often fierce and strong, now gentle as a mother's soft caress. It hums within him like a peaceful song, as Robert's mind moves deeper toward its rest. His body now a vessel filled with sun, his thoughts entwined with strains of molten gold. The transformation quietly begun completes itself as sleep takes gentle hold. As sleep approaches like a gentle wave, the paradox of Robert's life grows clear. His godlike strength, both burdensome and brave, contrasts with human weakness drawing near. His muscles, tense throughout the waking day, now yield to fatigue's soft but firm command. These same strong limbs that planets could waylay feel leaden, heavy, sinking in the sand. The mattress dips beneath his weighted form, as if his power adds some hidden mass. Though Sentry's might could weather any storm, sleep pulls him down like roots through softest grass. He notices, through half-closed dreamy eyes, how ceilings seem to pulse with every breath. The very air responds, yet falls and rises, acknowledging the force that conquers death. The painted surface, plain and white above, now ripples like the surface of a lake. Each inhalation gentle as a dove, each exhalation making patterns wake. How strange to feel so small within his skin, a simple man who needs his nightly rest, while knowing that the power deep within could tear the fabric of the cosmos blessed. This duality of his existence, both insignificant and overwhelming, creates a tension without resistance, a truth both comforting and quite disarming. The blanket drapes across his rising chest, so thin a barrier, yet symbolic. This ordinary fabric, at its best, divides two worlds with a boundary ironic. With every breath, the cover gently shifts, concealing power that could split the sun. Such simple cloth that rises and then lifts, protecting world from might that's just begun. His thoughts now drift to faces saved from harm, the countless souls his strength has sheltered well. Each memory still carries strangest charm, though blurring now like stars through misty spell. A child pulled from burning building tall, a woman saved from car wreck's twisted steel, a city spared destruction's deadly call. Each face now merges as his senses reel. They blend together in his tired mind, like galaxies viewed through unfocused lens. Their gratitude and fear now intertwined, as sleep approaches with its sweet pretense. The weight of all those lives he's touched and changed, the consequence of every choice he's made, the universe he's shaped, protected, ranged, now press upon him as the daylight fades. Responsibility, that constant friend, now seems to take a physicality. It lies beside him, presence without end, a companion throughout eternity. He feels his presence, solid, firm, and real, an undisputable companion near. No matter how fatigued his body feels, this weight remains both distant and so dear. Unlike a human friend who might depart, this burden stays through darkest hours of night. It beats in steady rhythm with his heart, reminding him of duties in first light. The sheets beneath him, warm from body heat, now witness to this strange and silent dance, where humanity and power meet in nightly ritual of sleepy trance. His limbs grow heavier with every breath, as if the golden light transforms to weight. It settles in his bones like dust of death, yet precious as the treasures kings create. The gold collects in joints and hollow spaces, wherever bones connect in human frame. It fills these gaps with shining, warm embraces, enriching every muscle, nerve, and name. Each limb now feels like metal, dense yet light, a contradiction science can't explain. As if his flesh has turned to gold so bright, yet still retains its flexibility plain. Electricity runs through every vein, not harsh or painful, but a gentle hum. It charges every cell with subtle strain, like batteries that never grow too numb. His fingers tingle with this double sense, both weighted down and energized complete. His toes experience this same suspense, as power settles in its nightly feet. His eyelids, growing heavier by the breath, begin to close against the dimming light. Consciousness prepares for temporary death, as sleep approaches with its velvet might. The burden that by day seems endless strife begins to shift and change its very role. The weight of power, both with death and life, transforms as sleep begins to take its toll. What once felt heavy now becomes a shell, a cocoon woven from the golden light. It wraps around him like protective spell, enfolding him throughout the coming night. There's energy that flattens mountains high, that tears through steel and stone like morning mist, now gently holds them as the hours pass by, a shield against the world that might resist. Yet as it guards him from external harm, this cocoon also serves another role. It keeps his power safe from causing alarm, containing might that otherwise would toll. Isolation serves this double need, protecting him while shielding world from him. The golden barrier grows like planted seed, encompassing his form from toe to limb. His breathing slower now, his thoughts grow dim, as consciousness begins its gentle slide. The room around him fades, both dark and slim, as sleep prepares to take him on its ride. The weight of Sentry's power, vast and deep, transforms from burden to embracing friend. It guards his vulnerable hours of sleep, while dreamland beckons round the river bend. As deeper sleep approaches with softer tread, a subtle change begins at sense's rim. The warmth that filled his body, towed ahead, retreats in places, making feeling dim. His fingertips, once warm with golden glow, now feel a gentle cooling at their ends. The light withdraws, though not with hasty flow, but slow, like tide that out to sea extends. The room remains a pleasant temperature, the heating working through the quiet night. Yet still his coolness comes with strange allure, beyond what natural cold could well incite. Between his thoughts, now drifting slow and deep, he notices small spaces empty, bare, like fabric once complete in peaceful sleep, now showing holes where nothing dwells but air. These pockets form where golden light once filled, not torn, but simply vacant, dark and still, as if the warmth of Sentry's presence chilled, allowing something else to have its will. He feels the small gaps spread throughout his mind, not painful holes but absence stilly formed, like pauses in a song, well-timed, designed, they wait between the notes for something warmed. His breathing, smooth and even in its pace, now catches once as something stirs behind. A dark, familiar presence seeks its place, unfurling slowly through his resting mind. He knows this feeling from so many nights, this dark companion waiting for its turn, not rushing forth with violence or fright, but quietly expanding, cool and stern. The void, that shadow self that always waits, begins its nightly rise from deep within, not crashing through his consciousness as gates, but seeping gently like the evening's dim. The taste that filled his mouth, once honey sweet, transforms to something metallic and strange, like copper pennies resting underneath his tongue, a flavor shift in sensory range. The hint of blood, not harsh but barely there, replaces nectar's warm and golden taste, this subtle sign that void has come to share the space the Sentry briefly left defaced. The room's soft sounds that reached his resting ears, the hum of heating distant cars outside, now seems to dim, as if a curtain clears the audible and leaves a quiet tide. It's not that sounds have ceased their constant flow, but something intercepts them on their way, as if the void absorbs each note in low vibration before they can have their stay. The silence deepens, not complete, but more pronounced than natural nighttime should allow. A calm that seems to spread from floor to floor, enveloping his form from head to brow. Behind his eyelids, shut against the night, the darkness thickens in irregular spots. Not just the absence left when missing light, but something denser forms in curling knots. These patches deepen, darker than the black that normally resides behind closed eyes. They seem to watch and wait, holding back, observing as his consciousness now dies. The dark is tangible, a presence real, not merely shadow cast by missing sun. It has a texture Robert clearly feels, a weight and purpose as the night's begun. This eminency of the void's arrive begins not as his fingers or his toes, but from his spine, the column where survive both Sentry's light and darkness that now grows. The cooling spreads from vertebrae outward, like being lowered into water cold. Not sudden immersion, harsh or hard, but gentle entry as the minutes fold. Half sleep intensifies this strange sensation, the boundary blurred between dreaming and awake. He floats between two states without frustration, as void's cool touch begins his quiet take. Unlike the violence of daylight hours, when void might tear through consciousness with rage, At night it comes with a gentler, subtler powers, a quiet entrance to this dreaming stage. No thunderous announcement marks his rise, no terror grips his heart as sleep draws near. Instead, the void employs a soft disguise, a calm withdrawal that inspires no fear. Small islands form throughout his resting form, where sensing, touch, and feeling temporarily cease. A finger here, a patch of skin, still warm, but numb to stimulus, in strange release. His left foot first, losing sensation slight, then elbow, knee, and patch along his side. Not painful numbness bringing dire fright, but gentle absence where the void resides. His breathing continues, deep and slow, not hindered by this gradual spread of cool. The darkness and the gold now ebb and flow, two forces sharing space by nightly rule. The void extends its reach with patient care, not rushing to consume or to devour. It simply occupies the empty air where Sentry's light has momentarily lost power. Like ink dropped in clear water, slowly spreading, the dark diffuses through his resting mind, not harmful in this state, but gently threading through consciousness as sleep becomes defined. Robert accepts this presence as his own, another side of self that dwells within. In quiet hours when day's light has flown, the void can rise without its daytime din. Half conscious now, he feels the balance shift, not tilting fully to the darker light, but finding space where both may coexist, within the peaceful boundaries of night. Robert's consciousness now hovers, caught between the golden warmth and cooling void within. Like twilight's gentle hour, not day or night, but that rare space where both can share the win. His body, still upon the quiet bed, experiences a curious divide. His right side bathes in warmth so soft and cold, while coolness claims his left with gentle glide. The sensation recalls a summer day, when lying half in sun and half in shade, one portion warmed by rays so bright and clear, the other cool where sunlight cannot wade. Unlike the daytime hours when conflicts rage, when Sentry's might and void fight for control, these nightly powers find a different path and flow around each other, smooth and whole. Like currents in a stream that meet and part, the golden light and darkness gently flow. They touch at boundaries without discord, each giving space for others' light to grow. No sparking battle marks their boundary lines, no clash of thunder sounds when they connect. Instead, they blend like water might with oil, distinct but peaceful, showing strange respect. His breathing now establishes the rhythm that keeps this unique balance through the night. Each inhale draws the golden essence. Each exhale lets the darkness find its sight. The pattern forms with every rising chest. The Sentry's glow expands with inward breath. Then darkness gently retreats just enough to share the space in this near sleeping death. As lungs release their captured air once more, the darkness seeps from where it waits patient. It flows within the spaces emptied now, while golden light recedes, obedient. This cycle continues with each breath, drawn, a dance of light and dark in perfect time. The rise and fall of chest now orchestrates this balance rare, both ordinary and sublime. His body's weight seems strangely uneven, as if the scales of power tip and sway. Where void holds sway, his limbs feel heavier. Where Sentry's light remains, they seem to play. His left leg presses deep into the mattress, so weighted by the void's substantial pull, while right arm feels as light as morning mist, where golden light still keeps his presence full. His spine divides these kingdoms temporary, a boundary line marked clear but not severe. On either side the forces ebb and flow, yet neither crosses over, kept sincere. In this twilight state of nearest sleep, Robert finds the rarest gift of all, a moment when these mighty forces pause their endless struggle, answering night's call. No longer does the sentry push for control, its warming presence content to simply be. The void, too, seems to set aside its hunger, accepting space shared equally and free. This truce, unspoken but so deeply felt, provides a peace that daylight hours prevent, when neither force seeks dominance or power, but shares existence without discontent. Though Robert's eyes remain closed to the world, beneath his eyelids patterns, forms, and fade, as if the ceiling far above his head displays a show of light and darkness made. Golden swirls meet shadows in soft dance, their borders blurring where gently meet. They paint illusions on his inner sight, a canvas where opposing forces greet. These images move slowly, never rushing, like clouds that drift across a summer day. Their forms suggest both everything and nothing, as sleep approaches with its gentle sigh. The light plays through his fading consciousness like sunbeams through deep water, warm and bright. It bends around the darker pools of thought, refracting where the borders aren't quite right. With every heartbeat, new patterns emerge, as gold and void respond to blood's soft flow. The light shifts path with each pulse through his veins, creating forms that only dreamers know. Sometimes it streams in ribbons thin and long, then pools in circles, warm and deeply gold. While darkness curls around in gentle waves, both forces calm, neither brash nor bold. Robert's awareness watches, half asleep, this rare display of harmony so sweet. His mind, accustomed to their violent fights, now marvels at this temporary feat. For in his waking hours, these powers clash, the sentry and the void in endless war. They tear his soul between their mighty grips, each seeking victory, wanting evermore. Yet now, as sleep embraces him so soft, these ancient foes find peace in shared domain. The golden light and cooling dark intertwine, neither seeking to cause the other pain. It's only in this land between two worlds, where consciousness meets dream and gentle bleed, that Robert feels complete, no longer torn, from fighting forces battling to succeed. The golden light plays soft across his thoughts, creating patterns beautiful and strange. It dances with the shadows, hand in hand, their movements fluid, constantly exchange. This harmony, so precious and so rare, brings peace to one who rarely knows its touch. The balance found in nearest sleeping of state offers Robert what he yearns for much. So in this space between the light and dark, between the waking world and sleep's domain, Robert Reynolds finds, however brief, a moment free from conflict, doubt, and pain. As deeper sleep enfolds him in his grasp, his thoughts begin to find a gentle beat, 10 syllables with every mental clasp, a pattern that makes slumber's path complete. The iambic pentameter now flows, unstressed, then the stressed, 5 times repeats. His breathing matches as his dreaming grows. Inhale, exhale, the rhythm never cheats. This cadence shapes his journey into dreams, a structure for his thoughts to dance within. The orderly progression softly seems to guide his mind where fantasies begin. Behind his closed and resting eyelids now, new images take form with gentle ease. A field of wheat that stretches, row by row, its golden waves now swaying in the breeze. The stalks move back and forth in perfect time, each bending with the iambic beat. Their golden hue reminds him, so sublime, of Sentry's warmth that makes his soul complete. At field's edge, clouds begin to slowly form, not threatening, but deep with subtle shade. Their darkness doesn't promise any storm, but echoes void's cool presence, unafraid. The golden wheat and graying clouds coexist, their borders meeting in a gentle blur. No conflict where these opposites enlist, but harmony as both begin to stir. His dreams shift scenes without a jarring break. A kitchen table becomes to focus now. A coffee cup sits steaming, fully wake, but something strange is happening somehow. Within the liquid, dark and warm and deep, he sees the spiral pattern of a star. Then galaxies begin to slowly creep across the surface, near and then so far. A universe contained in simple cup, the cosmos swirling in his morning drink. The ordinary suddenly lifts up to something magical in dreamland's link. A newspaper lies folded by his hand, its headlines black against the paper white. But as he watches, words begin to stand, then rearrange in ways that bring delight. The letters dance in time to secret beat, forming prophecies in wisdom deep. The words now tell of futures bittersweet, revealing truths that only dreamers reap. Each dream scene flows in time to poet's heart, the rise and fall of stressed and unstressed sounds. The iambic pulse gives dreams their start, as Robert's mind through fantasy abounds. Each stressed syllable brings moments bright, a flush of golden warmth throughout the scene, while unstressed beats bring the shadows soft as night, the void's cool touch both peaceful and serene. This alternating rhythm shapes the dreams, transforming struggle to melodious song. What tears him apart in daylight seems now harmonized where both can get along. Without a thought, he finds himself aloft, his body rising from the bedroom floor. The ceiling passes through him gentle, soft, as dream self flies through walls and out the door. In sleep his physical form lies so still, yet moving from the mattress warm and deep. Yet in his dream he soars with joyful will, through night air, while stars their vigil keep. The boundaries that separate his selves, the man, the hero, and the darkness too, begin to soften as his dream mind delves through layers of identity and view. No longer Robert, Sentry, void distinct, but blended essence floating through the night, their edges blurring, gradually linked, like colors mixing into shades just right. The golden hue of Sentry's mighty form, now threaded through with Robert's human heart, while void's cool darkness, far from causing harm, provides the contrast, plays its vital part. This dreamscape waves a tapestry so rich, of contradictions gentle, side by side. The warmth and cool coexist without hitch, like summer sun and evening breeze all allied. His body feels both weighted down with lead, yet light as feathers drifting on the air. His opposites now sharing dream space spread throughout his resting form with tender care. Surrounding him, as silence deep prevails, yet underneath, a music softly plays, a melody whose origin entails both light and dark in gentle, blended ways. No words make up this song that has no name, just notes that rise and fall in perfect form. The iambic rhythm stays the same, transforming discord into something prime. The struggle that defines his waking life, the constant battle between his varied selves, becomes through poet's meter free of strife, a lullaby where peacefulness now dwells. His own divided nature, torn no more, finds harmony within the poet's form. The iambic cadence seems to score a gentle peace where once ravaged violent storm. Through dreaming mind, the poetry prevails, providing structure to what once seemed lost. This meter, old as time itself, unveils a path to heal what waking hours have cost. So Robert sleeps, his dreams in perfect rhythm, the iambic pentameters embrace, transforming chaos into order time, as sleep leads on with slow and gentle pace. At last, surrender comes to Robert's mind. releasing golden light and darkness too. His consciousness now leaves all thoughts of behind, as deepest sleep enfolds him, sweet and true. His grip on Sentry's power loosens now, no longer holding back or pushing forth. The void's cold touch recedes without a row, as sleep embraces him from south to north. His body settles into perfect peace, all movement fading to the bar it bears trace. His chest now rises, falls with gentle ease, so slight the motion, hard to see his pace. The sheets beneath remain uncreased, unmoved, his limbs now still as scripture, carved in stone. Yet softness stays, his human form approved by sleep that claims him fully as its own. Around him, in the darkened quiet room, the very air responds to his repose. The molecules seem slower in the gloom, as if the space itself now gently slows. The shadows soften in the corners deep, no longer harsh or sharp against the walls. They seem to sigh and settle into sleep, as darkness gentler grows throughout the halls. What light remains, from stars or street lamps dim, diffuses, softens to a gentler glow. It spreads more evenly throughout the trim of windows, frames, and furniture below. The air conditioner's hum subsides, its cycle pausing in this quiet hour. The whole apartment seems to turn its tides to match the peace of Robert's quiet power. In deepest sleep, the lines that once divided his threefold self now blur and disappear. No longer Robert, Sentry, void, decided, but one complete being, resting without fear. The man who walks the earth with simple stride, the golden god who soars throughout heaven's vast, the dark destroyer born from pain inside, now melt together, separateness past. No borders mark where one self ends or starts, no battle rages for supremacy. They share this vessel with its beating heart, united in this rare tranquility. The cosmic strength that planets could unmake, that stars might fear if stars could truly feel, now curls up small, a child without ache, content to dream instead of burning zeal. This power that could crack the moon in half, or push the ocean tides toward the shore, now gentle lies, too peaceful even to laugh, just resting still, not needing any more. The darkness too, that endless hungry void, which feeds on fear and pain and death and woe, now finds itself completely satisfied, no longer needing outward rage to grow. The void that seeks to consume everything, to pull all matter into empty space, now rests content, his appetite taking wing, existing peacefully in slumber's grace. His fingers, once so tense with constant power, now lie unfurled against the cool white sheet. These hands that molecules could easily devour rest open now, their mighty work complete. The fingertips that atoms could unbind, that matter could reshape with merest thought, now softly rest, their purpose redefined by sleep that peaceful to every cell has brought. His palms face upward in surrender sweet, no longer grasping or controlling might. The power still remains, though now discreet, like embers waiting for the morning light. In deepest slumber, Robert finally knows what true release from constant struggle means. The weight of cosmic power undergoes a transformation in these peaceful scenes. That endless burden, carried day by day, the strain of holding worlds upon his back, now feels like being held in gentlest way, supported fully, without strain or lack. The universe itself now cradles him, no longer asking him to bear its weight. For once, the cosmos holds his sleeping limb, allowing him to rest in peaceful state. No need to keep the stars in proper place. No need to fight against the darkness deep. The universe provides its own embrace, as Robert finds his most profoundest sleep. He feels the gentle currents of the night, the cosmic winds that blow through distant stars. They rock him now with touch so soft and light, like cradle songs from worlds both near and far. In this complete surrender, Robert finds the rarest gift of being such as he has ever known throughout his troubled times, a moment of complete identity. No longer split between his varied roles, no longer torn by powers in conflict, not hero, villain, god, or man, his soul exists complete, no longer interdict. He's neither savior of the suffering world, nor its destroyer belt on endless void, not glory's sentry with his wings unfurled, nor darkest void with reasoning destroyed. In sleep's embrace he's simply allowed to be, a man at rest, a consciousness at peace. No burden of the past or what might be, just pure existence where all struggles cease. The rise and fall of universes grand, the birth of stars and death of galaxies, all pause around his sleeping quiet hand as cosmos grants him night simplicities. So Robert sleeps, at one with himself, the golden light in darkness finding rest, the power of the Sentry on the shelf, the void's cold hunger quiet in his chest. The night enfolds him in its gentle arms, the universe supports his sleeping form. Protected from the world and all its harms, he sleeps, complete at last, both still and warm. When night enfolds both might and weakness deep, the strongest forces find their gentle rest. The golden light and void together keep a rhythm shared within one peaceful chest. Perhaps in dreams, what Robert cannot find while waking hours tear his soul in two, awaits us all when sleep embraced our mind, this harmony of old made ever new. As your own eyes grow heavy with the night, remember how the mightiest must yield to slumber's touch, surrendering their might, invulnerability, their strength revealed.